Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy, fantastic Friday. You guys, it is Friday. It is finally Friday. Seems like it was just Wednesday, doesn't it? But honey, I am thankful that it is Friday. This sister girl gets to relax. Well, let me say this. I'm going to relax this weekend, meaning that I don't have to work. But I am also going to get some things done in my business because y'all, I'm trying to tell you, this month is almost over. I'm not rushing it, but today is the 29th and this month is almost over, which means that in a few days we'll be sliding on in to the fourth quarter of the year. And I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited about ending the year strong. I just really am. But y'all, let me say this. I went out the house earlier today and I kept feeling like I was lost, like I was forgetting something. I wasn't complete. Something was just off. And do you know what it was? I didn't put on any earrings. I said, Lord have mercy. I'm out in these streets with no earrings on. So I was on my way to the car to get this video done, and I realized I didn't have on any earrings, so I had to take my behind right on back in the house to put on some earrings, because y'all know I don't fool around. I don't like having my ears feeling naked. So anyway, we're going to jump on in because, like I said, it is Friday. And me and my little jelly bean, I know he's gonna have a fit if he sees this video and hear me say that, but anyway, we are going on date night. So we're gonna go out to get something to eat, and we always have a good time. See, the thing is I always tell people, it's not about where you go. You don't have to take me to some fancy high-end restaurant. Not that I can't afford to go there, but I just like just simple, plain stuff. And we're both in the mood for a salad. So we're going to go someplace and find us a good salad. Honestly, I want to go to Olive Garden, to be honest with you, because I want the soup and salad, child, and that bread, hunty. I won't even sit here and lie to y'all and fake the funk. I eat about 3 sticks of those bread of that bread because it is so good. So that's really what I want. But I was saying, it's not about going to some fancy restaurant for date night or some fancy place, period. It's about spending time with a person that you care about, that cares about you, that loves you, you love them, and y'all just have a good time laughing and talking about whatever it is you're laughing and talking about. So hopefully you all are going on date night tonight as well. Now, let's jump into today's topic, and this is a good one. Oh, wait. Hold it. Did y'all notice I got on my second pair of glasses? You notice that the other ones were more round. This is more of a square frame. Can you see that? Oh yeah, and they're purple. See? Loving my frames. Y'all, I'm gonna wear these to church on Sunday, okay? But anyway, today's topic is, what do you want in life? What do you want in life? And I forgot to put a question mark. Yes, that's going to bother me. Don't judge me because I don't judge you. Okay, so what do you want in life? Did you know that the average person makes 35,000 decisions a day? I didn't know that. And I thought, wow. And I guess because, we're making decisions sometimes on autopilot, so you really don't take the time to think about the things that you're trying to make a decision about, because you just do it. But 35,000 times a day, the average person is making a decision about something. So if you aren't intentional about what it is you want in life, you will become lost, frustrated, and in some cases, delusional. Oftentimes, we don't know what we want because we're bored and we're restless with what we are already doing right now. So here are some questions to ask yourself to help you figure out what it is that you want out of life. And everything that I share with you will be in the description box. So I have 11 questions for you. Let's jump right on in. Number 1, ask yourself, what makes you happy? Make a list of everything that makes you happy. And it doesn't matter how big or small it is, whether somebody else likes it or they don't. What makes you happy? That's what I want to know. I don't care about what makes your neighbor happy, your mom or your dad and them happy, the rest of your family. I want you to think about what makes you happy and make a list, y'all. And I'm telling you, if you have a journal, this is where it is going to be very, very handy, because if you know me, then you know I'm big on writing in my journals. So this is why you need a journal. Number 2, what are your needs? I said, make a list of the things that you, let me air quote, need, okay? And then ask yourself if they're being fulfilled. Keeping a journal is a good way to track those things. I just said that. This assignment that I'm giving you, I want you to get a journal. It can just be a plain journal. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can go to the dollar store, get you a composition book. Doesn't matter. But I want you to have a journal to be able to track all of the things that you're going to be writing down from today. Now, let's go back real quick to when I asked the question, what are your needs? Let me unpack that for you real quick. When you think about what your needs are, I'm not talking about the things that you want. I.e., when you say, like some people say, I need a man in my life, or I need a woman in my life. No, that's not a need. That's a want. Okay? Let me just keep it clear. And I know somebody somewhere is going to feel like, what is she talking about? Well, let me just say this. I love having a man in my life. I do. I really, really do. However, I don't need one because I am still me, regardless of whether I have a man in my life or not. I am still Michelle. One is still a whole number. Come on, somebody. I still go to work. I pay my bills. God has blessed me with not one, but 2 vehicles. I have money in the bank. I'm not wanting for anything in life. And I have all of that. Even outside of even if I didn't have a man in my life, I still would have those things. So when I talk about what is it that you need, I want you to really think about the things that you need. So in other words, let's say you have your eye on this job, but you don't qualify right now because you don't have a master's degree or a PhD. Well, guess what? You need that master's degree or that PhD in order to get that job. That's a need. You need a roof over your head unless you just like sleeping in your car. You need transportation to get back and forth to work, depending on where you live. You need to have a house that's not falling down around you. You understand? You need a job. Come on, somebody. So I'm just trying to emphasize those things because I really want you to think about what are those things that you need right now to help you get where it is that you're trying to go. Number 3, what are your personal values? Now, remember, your values aren't the same as your goals. Your core values are principles that guide you through life. So, for example, it's patience, it's honesty, it's integrity, it's loyalty, it's family, it's freedom, and the list can go on and on and on. But I want you to write down what your personal values are. Number 4, what gives you purpose? We are all passionate about something. Maybe it's working out, maybe it's reading, maybe it's writing, maybe it's fishing. When we do what fulfills us, that infectious energy will positively impact us as well as the people around us. See, when I do my YouTube videos, when I do my podcast, which I'm going to do actually when I come back from dinner, those things give me purpose. When I do my motivational posts in the morning on Facebook, on Instagram, my other social media platforms, those things give me purpose because not only do they add value to my life, I know they add value to other people's lives as well. So I want you to think about what it is that gives you purpose. And like I said, for me, it's motivational speaking. That gives me purpose. For me, it's motivating people through my posts, through my podcast, through my YouTube videos. It's talking to people. It's encouraging people. It's speaking life into people. That gives me purpose. Number 5, what activities put you in a flow state? So we oftentimes say, go with the flow. Y'all, we've heard that a lot, right? And so what it means is to go with the joy we feel when we're right where we're meant to be. It also means loving what you're doing and losing track of time while doing it. So for me, when I'm in a flow state, one of the things that immediately pops to my mind is when I'm in the gym and I'm lifting weights. I get in a flow state. I love what I'm doing. And if I'm not careful, I can lose track of time because I love lifting weights. Now, I have not done it since COVID set in. However, I did make a promise to myself that come first of the year, I am going to get back into the gym and get back to lifting because I love lifting. I truly do. And so, but that puts me in my flow state. When I'm writing, that puts me in my flow state. When I'm reading, again, it puts me in my flow state, and I can lose track of time doing it because I love it. Y'all, don't judge me, but when I'm watching Christmas movies, it puts me in my flow state because I love what I'm doing. So what I want you to do is to figure out what activities put you in your flow state. Number 6, what would you do if there were no limits? So when things get hard, we oftentimes will stop dreaming because we are limited by what we can see and or believe. Some questions that you could ask yourself are, what would I rather be doing? Who do I want to spend my time with? Who do I want to help? Am I in the right place to do what I want to do? What am I willing to sacrifice to achieve my goals? And lastly, how do I define a good life? Again, all these will be in the description box. I'm not saying you have to ask yourself these things. I'm just giving you some examples of things that you might want to ask yourself as you think about what you would do if there were no limits. Number 7, who do you admire? Is there someone you look up to that inspires you? And what are they doing that you would like to do? So think about the people that inspire you and look at what they're doing. Now, here's what I'm not telling you, okay? I'm not saying to go out there and try to be like them, to copy what they're doing. What I'm saying is to look at the people that inspire you and then ask yourself, would I like to be doing what they're doing? And if so, that's great. But here's what I need you to do. Put your own spin on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Go out there, do what they're doing, but put your spin on whatever it is. Because you can have 10 people doing the same exact thing, and it can look different from all 10 people. You know why? Because they don't all think alike. They don't have the same likes and dislikes and all that other good stuff. They don't all speak the same. They don't all use the same words. So you'll see 10 things done 10 different ways. We see it all the time when we go on YouTube, right? Number 8, how do you envision the patterns of your life? So each area of your life impacts the others. So from your health to your confidence and your career. So this is why we must look at not only the problem areas, but also at the environment that the problem exists in. Y'all, that's a big one right there. Okay, so not looking just at the problem areas, but also look at the environment that those problems exist in. And to be honest with you, that's something that we really should be doing more of as it relates to life in general. We know what the problem areas are, but are we really looking at the environment that those problems exist in? Okay, so think about that. Number 9, what do you want? I've asked this question before. What do you want? And again, I'm not asking about your neighbor, your family members, your enemies, your co-workers. I want to know, what do you want? I want you to think about what you want. So knowing what you want will help you make better decisions in life. The problem with a lot of people, to be quite honest with you, is they don't know what they want. And that's why they don't make good decisions, because they really have no idea what it is that they want. So when you figure out what you want, then and only then will you make the right decisions, because you know that A is going to line up with B, and B is going to line up with C, and C with D, and so on, and it's going to get you to where you want to be. But as long as you don't know what it is that you want, sweetie, you're going to be all over the place. And all you're doing is wasting your time and your energy. Number 10, what are your greatest accomplishments in life? So do those things give you a sense of pride? I want you to think about your greatest accomplishments in life and then ask yourself, do they give you a sense of pride? So once you define what those things are, then you can find a way to live a life that represents those feelings. It's as simple as that. But you've got to figure out what your greatest accomplishments are. And again, it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something small. If it's an accomplishment, celebrate it. Number 11, last but not least, are you willing to work hard? Anything you want to achieve will require you to work hard. And this is going to require you to work outside of your comfort zone. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. And that's what I want to leave you with. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. So I know what you're saying, because I can hear you saying, but Michelle, you don't understand. I don't like stepping outside of my comfort zone. I'm not comfortable. Well, guess what? I understand. Do you know when I started my YouTube channel, I wasn't comfortable? I really was not. I don't ever have a problem with speaking. I just didn't feel comfortable doing it, recording myself. Because my mindset said, Michelle, you are talking to yourself. You do know that, right? Because that's right now, there's nobody in my truck but me and God. Nobody but me and the Lord. And he's always with me. But technically, I'm talking to people that I cannot see. That's why I always say to you all, some of you I've never met, and I probably never will get a chance to meet. But I'm talking to you, I'm speaking life into you, I'm encouraging you. And sometimes I get excited about what I'm talking about. One of the questions talked about, what is it that you do that causes you to lose sense of timing because you enjoy what you're doing? Well, this is one of them. Because, like I said, I get so caught up, but I didn't feel comfortable talking to people that I could not see. And then my mindset had to go to a place where I said, Michelle, you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. And so what I would do is, when I was in the house doing my videos, which I will go back to doing those and when the weather gets a little colder out. But then I said to myself, Michelle, envision that you're in a room full of people and you're speaking. And it made it so much easier. Because as I'm talking, I'm smiling, and I see my audience, and I'm looking at them, and I can see them. And I know what you're saying, Michelle, but they're not there. But in my mind's eye, I can see them. And it made it easier and easier. But I had to step outside of my comfort zone to do that. Now, you asked me at church to get up and read a scripture or to do the centering prayer. I got no problems with doing that. Because there are actual people in the room. When I'm comfortable and confident with speaking now anyway, but there are people in the church house, but there are also people that are streaming. But I feel so comfortable doing that. Never did I have a problem doing that, but I felt it took me out of my comfort zone to do these YouTube videos. So all I'm saying is that be willing to step out of your comfort zone. Know that it won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Some of you all, and I'm going to leave you with this, some of you all are stuck, and you're going to stay stuck because you refuse to come out of your comfort zone. But until you make up your mind that you are ready to step outside of your comfort zone, you're going to remain stuck. And I don't know how else to put that. All I can do is do what I do to encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone. But if you choose not to, you are always going to be stuck. I have a Facebook friend of mine who started out on YouTube, and he was only doing videos where all you heard was his voice. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But like I told him, you're not getting the views that you want for your videos because people want to see you. People want to connect with you. Now, once you get out there and people start seeing you and connecting with you, then, they feel like they know you or they know more about you anyway. And so if I did a video where it's just a voiceover, this is why I get people listening to my podcast. You know why? Because they see me on YouTube and they feel like, oh yeah, I know Shell. You know what I mean? And they'll listen to the podcast. So I had to tell him, and he said, but I'm not comfortable. I said, I get that. I said, but you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone if you want your views to grow. And so he was able to step out. So he would do like a little in-picture thing where his little picture would show up in the top of the screen for a few minutes and then it would click off. And he was always doing PowerPoints. and then it would come back and pop up again. You could see his face and it would go away. And then he got to a place where he was actually in his videos the entire time. So again, it's a process. And if he can do it, guess what? You can do it too. You just have to make up your mind that you are going to put in the work because you know what you want and you are going to do what it takes to get there. You've made your list, so you know what you're willing to sacrifice. You're willing to sacrifice hanging out with your friends, staying up late, not going back to school, not getting that certification, not getting that degree. Whatever it is that you're willing to sacrifice, you are going to do that so that you can be where you want to be at the end of the day. So you guys, that's it. That's all I have. Hopefully what I shared with you resonates with you and helps you to figure out what it is that you want in life. And to be honest with you, some people say, well, you shouldn't be a grown man or a grown woman and you don't know what you want in life. Or you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s and you don't know what you want. Well, guess what? The reality is at some point in time, we do kind of get stuck. And you do have to sit back and say, okay, what is it that I want in my life right now? See, because what I wanted right now is different from what I wanted 10 years ago, which is different from what I wanted 10 years before that. 10 years from now, what I want is probably going to be different than what I want right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you're going to constantly have to be reevaluating yourself to figure out what it is that you want. Okay, so y'all go ahead and figure that out. Take this weekend to figure out what is it that you want in life. And I promise you'll thank me later. But don't forget to get your journal. Now, having said all of that, I'm going to bid you all good day because I need to get myself together so I can go get my little salad and my soup and my bread on. And I'm looking forward to it because I've been going down in weight. So I'm putting in the work to do what I need to do to maintain where I am. So yes, I'm going to treat myself to some breadsticks, which is funny because I really don't care for bread. But when I go to Olive Garden, oh honey, I will tear up some bread. You hear me? But anyway, if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate having you here. I really, really do. It makes me feel so good knowing that you are here. And just know that I do car conversations because I'm sitting in my truck. But I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So come on back tomorrow and join me for another topic. And for those of you, this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your evening, and have an amazing weekend on purpose. However, whatever you do, wherever you go, promise me that you are going to be careful. Okay, be careful where you're going, pay attention, keep your eyes open, watch people, because as you all know, we live in a crazy world. We really do. We live in a world where people will not hesitate to hurt you because they're going through something, and here you haven't done anything to them. So be careful where you're going, who you're talking to, all that other good stuff. Heck, even people that you got to be careful with them sometimes, okay? Because I love you all. You know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you to the moon, and there's nothing that you can ever do about it because I'm always going to love you. I'm always going to be here to cheer you on. I'm going to be here to motivate you, to encourage you, to help you not stay stuck because you don't have to. And I believe in you. I believe you all can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. In fact, I know for a fact that God has a blessing or 2 or 3 or 4 with your name written on it. But all you've got to do is believe in yourself, step out on faith, and do what you have to do. Okay? Love you all so very much. Come on back and we'll talk again tomorrow.